Often one of the questions people ask, especially if they're new to Andrew Lessman products, is what if I only want to take one thing? What if I only want to take one capsule a day? A lot of us take a lot more than one capsule a day. I am on a vitamin regimen. I take vitamins throughout the day. I'm on most of Andrew Lessman products. To me, I love it. It's worth it to me. I feel fantastic most of the time. I'm grateful that I've discovered a way to just live a better life and a healthier life. So I think a lot of you feel the way I do. However, if you are a person who only wants to take one vitamin, one capsule a day, this is Andrew's Essential1. One of the things that really is important to note about this, because there's a lot of other vitamin brands out there that tout the fact that all you have to do is take one of theirs a day. Well, if you compare what Andrew Lessman puts in his capsule compared to every other one-time-a-day vitamin on the market, you will be blown away. There's no comparison, there's no contest to what you get in that one capsule compared to everything else out there. Let me show you what the choices are for our birthday. As you know, we're celebrating, so everything is birthday pricing, everything's free shipping and handling. We have flex pay on the larger choices for you, but here you go. Almost a year's supply, 360 capsules, you're a little over $100. $109.90, $40 off. So not too bad. At $109.90, you have your whole year's supply of your one a day, your Essential1 vitamin. You can do 180, which would get you through 6 months. You can do 60 if you want to do a 2-month try-me, or you want to do a 1-month try-me, you can order the 30 count. Here's your birthday pricing one more time. And the best part about this is if you have a minute to go read those reviews, the average out of Perfect 5 on this product is 4.7 out of Perfect 5. So there are literally, out of 3,200 reviews, there are over 3,000 of those are excellent. Out of 3,200 reviews, 2,750 are Perfect 5, and another 269 are 4 stars. So that's pretty great odds when you think about it. Over 3,000 great reviews out of 3,200 reviews.
I think about 95% positive reviews.
Indeed. Yep.
And I did something here. We just had some of the tableted vitamins. And I just tried, it's kind of like the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, kind of violet. So those are,
and of course, those are artificial colors.
They're all, without exception, artificial colors. And the irony is, we've talked about my turmeric product, my berberine product, even our fruitful antioxidant product. The natural products I make, if I wanted to make a tablet like that, I could make a tablet that's just as pretty as that using natural colors. So it just troubles me that healthy products would be made, supposedly healthy products, would be made using artificial colors. Also, we talked about my digestive products. When you put ingredients into the form of a tablet, and what we're talking about here are multivitamins, multiminerals. We all know what minerals compressed into a dense mass are called.
Rocks.
Exactly.
Jay King was selling a bunch of beautiful rocks before he came
I was commenting.
He was commenting all the natural, beautiful colors of those rocks and how insane it is that they put all these fake colors in rocks that they expect us to swallow.
In fact, the funny thing is, the natural minerals in Jay's gemstones are much prettier than those tablets.
It's true.
But so it's sort of ironic that, because again, Mother Nature gives us all sorts of wonderful, it's just more expensive, wonderful, colorful tools. Also, I don't think Jay is recommending that when you get tired of wearing it, that you swallow it. Yes. I don't think it, and there's probably no instruction that comes with it, don't swallow these. Yes. But again, I'm joking, but it's really almost bizarre that we actually are joking about this. That again, when you look at my product, and I'll open the capsule here, and we put a great deal of material. Most people think because I make a small, easy to swallow capsule that that there's not much in there. But
it's hard to digest something that hard.
Oh no, but that's why the most common, well, you won't find a review on my multivitamin that talks about stomach upset, but you couldn't find a reviewed multivitamin in a tablet that doesn't talk about stomach upset. And anyone, myself included, who's ever taken a multivitamin in a tablet, you understand that. They're more difficult to swallow because they're rock hard. They're difficult on the stomach. They're difficult to tolerate because what happens? They take an extended period of time if they're going to disintegrate and digest and dissolve. Hopefully they do, but it's an extended period of time. Your stomach's a vessel. So what happens, that tablet is sitting on the lining, irritating the lining of that vessel. My product, this capsule disappears in a matter of moments. That ultrafine powder is designed to go into solution instantly, so it disperses itself instantly. And that's an obvious solution. If you were making vitamins for yourself, you'd never contemplate making rock hard tablets. You wouldn't do that to yourself. You wouldn't subject your stomach and your swallowing to anything like that. So that's the first difference. The fact also that despite my product being milder, it will never upset your stomach, even if you have an extremely sensitive stomach. And again, I've been saying that since I started making Essential1 39 years ago. You'd expect, if I've been saying that for 39 years, there'd be thousands of one-star reviews saying this is difficult on my stomach, but as it even says in the label, it's gentle even to the most sensitive stomachs. But we design it that way, that ultrafine powder, the fact that it's pH neutral, it's roughly the same pH as water. So again, you don't have to worry about acidic ingredients. Even the vitamin C in there is calcium ascorbate. It's a natural mineral ascorbate that's pH neutral. So it delivers the forms of nutrients you want, higher levels than any of the leading multivitamins, and also in forms none of them have ever contemplated. Most multivitamins use a synthetic form of B12. Not most. 99.9% of the multivitamins taken in America use a synthetic form of B12. We use its natural coenzyme form, and we protect it. So when you swallow my capsule with B12 in it, it actually benefits you. You actually can absorb B12 from our product because of the unique way it's delivered to you.
There we go. And if you were to read, when you get it home and you read the ingredient deck, there are dozens of ingredients, essential vitamins and minerals that we all should be taking. Unfortunately, we are not getting the proper nutrition we need in the American diet. That's why it is important to supplement with a multivitamin. And if you're going to be taking a multivitamin, this is absolutely head and shoulders above anything out there. I'm always amazed when Andrew shows us the comparison. He'll take the other leading multivitamins on the market and compare what they put in their product compared to what Andrew puts in his product. And it is really an eye-opener to see there is a world of difference. And that's why to get this home, it's one a day. That's all you take, one capsule a day. A year's supply is coming in at $109.90. It's free shipping and handling. Close to 4,000 have been spoken for. This is, I want to remind everybody, the last day of Andrew's visit for the birthday month. Andrew essentially only makes 4 visits a year here to HSN. We did do a little surprise visit in June, which was kind of fun, and that was a last-minute thing that happened. But the point here is that we won't see him again until October. So if you'd like to stock up, when Andrew's here during the visit is when you get the biggest savings. Obviously, you have the free shipping and handling, the flex pays. All those extra special things are part of a visit when you're here. So I think a lot of us know this is the time to stock up. If you need to restock your Essential1, perfect time to do it. If you haven't tried it yet, give it a try. If you have someone in your family you'd like to get going on taking vitamins, but you know that they are finicky, and they're not going to take a whole bunch of vitamins, but you maybe can get them to take 1 in the morning with their orange juice, this is the perfect time to order. You know, I think about that like my father-in-law. My mother-in-law could get him to take one vitamin, he would do it. So if you're the same and you have someone in your life that you know could benefit from taking the world's finest multivitamin, this is the perfect time to order yours.
And what everyone has to realize, with this multivitamin, it's not like a typical multivitamin where you're getting minimum levels of all nutrients, including key nutrients. This multivitamin, for many people, will eliminate the need to invest in separate vitamin D. I tend to take 3,000 or 4,000 IU or so of vitamin D daily, but we start at 2,000 IU here. I've always said the minimum level that anyone should take of vitamin D on a daily basis is 1,000. It really should be 2,000. That's why we start with 2,000. You're getting 250 micrograms of our special B12. That's like a separate B12. If you just looked at the cost of my vitamin D and my B12, you've already paid for the entire product, and the other 24 ingredients you get in this product are essentially free. And just the fact that unlike these other products, other multivitamins, it won't upset your stomach. It doesn't contain artificial colors. It's going to be easy to swallow. It'll be a vitamin that you'll fall in love with. I just figured because the reviews are so compelling, most people who get a multivitamin or an omega-3 product or a calcium product, usually the reviews are horrible because those products are made in a fashion that inherently makes them unpleasant. They're in tablets, makes them hard to swallow. Tablets tend to cause digestive issues and problems. Consumers, if you look even in the drug marketplace, over OTC drugs, consumers prefer capsules. That's why what they often do is they take a tablet, they coat it to make it look like a caplet, because people prefer capsules. So even when they're masquerading it to look like a capsule, even though it's still a tablet. But ours are actually capsules with ultrafine powders that won't upset your stomach. And we'll read a couple of reviews. Some of these reviews are, be patient, are quite eloquent, but hopefully it gives you a sense. Best multivitamin ever. I've always taken vitamins before, but it was in liquid form. Liquid form has inherent limitations. If liquid was better, I would make it. It is not for a long list of reasons, including all the additives and flavors, and the forms can't be proper because they have to be soluble at room temperature and in a sort of a pH neutral solution. So liquids are not a great idea. The manufacturer of that liquid vitamin stopped making it. For years and years and years, I tried to find a vitamin that gave me the same results. All I would find is a tablet that would come out in my stool. Many people say that. One day I was watching HSN and Andrew Lessman came on. I was fascinated by his knowledge, so I ordered a bottle. After using one bottle, I was hooked. Not only did I have the same results as the liquid vitamins I used to take, it didn't upset my stomach. Plus, my skin was clearer and my energy increased. I love these vitamins so much that I bought my best friend and my sweetie a bottle. I've been taking Essential1 for over 10 years. Also, my best friend and my sweetie still take them too, from Laura in Michigan.
Excellent, Laura.
28 days in and love these vitamins. I've watched Andrew off and on for years, but never ordered any of his products until January. I finally purchased these and the immune factors. Love, love, love these. I have more energy again. I have started exercising again too. I'm 28 days into using these and I can tell the difference. They do not upset my stomach at all. I'm not tired and wanting to blow off exercise after work like I had been doing for months and months. Even when I don't get ideal sleep, I'm going strong all day. Thank you, Andrew. I am a believer and now have your presentations on auto record on my DVR. I am going to branch out and try some of your other supplements.
You know, that's pretty great. She's taking one thing, one vitamin a day.
Well, this is where it all starts. This is my foundational product because it also lets you know how different we are as a company in terms of how we go about making our products, that they will be mild and gentle, that they're made to work. They're just not made to fool you. Your doctor might say you have to take a multivitamin or you have to take omega-3. So you take it just because you're told and you really don't see any benefit at all. You just are kind of uncomfortable each time you take it. My vitamins are designed to be a different experience, that you really recognize them as being the best of their kind for whatever product it is you're taking.
That's it.
But we'll never be without it. I've been taking Essential1 for a few months every morning, and it's one of many products I take from Andrew Lessman. I love it, and I know I'm reaping the benefits of everything this has to offer. Thank you for everything, Andrew. And by the way, each of the 3 reviews I read use the word love.
Notice that?
Superior formula and value. As an avid fitness and nutrition junkie, I've read a lot of vitamin labels. This is a great formula and a good value. I love that Andrew included vitamin D, one less capsule to buy and swallow. I try to eat pretty well, so I can't say that taking these vitamins turns me into Wonder Woman with energy to spare. I can say that, especially on those days that my diet is less than optimal, I feel this helps to fill in most of the caps. Oh, and it's not huge like some multivitamins. It's very easy to swallow.
Nice.
Best ever. I absolutely love these vitamins. Again, love. After just 3 days, I can tell such a difference in the way I feel. I have tons more energy and stamina. I feel like I've been shot out of a cannon. Wow. I used them a while back and don't know why I did not reorder. They had the same effect on me, but I will tell you now that I will always be taking these. Thank you, Andrew.
Wonderful.
Again, the best multivitamin I've found. I've been taking the Essential1 multivitamin for several years. I've tried others, but always come back to this one. It has the things in it I want and in the correct amounts. I trust Andrew Lessman and the science behind this brand. His programs are always educational. You will believe in this vitamin if you take it a week and then miss a day. You will certainly feel the difference from Glendon, Tennessee. One more.
These are great.
What a mistake. When I ran out of my last bottle of these vitamins, I was scared for a second. I purchased some at the drugstore until Andrew was on again. When Andrew is on air, the pricing is great and shipping is free. The drugstore vitamins were so hard to swallow, I didn't even feel normal on them. I will never, ever never ever do that again, regardless of pricing. And again, I think the best chart, I think Colleen, you have a chart there that shows the breakdown. It might be
good
underneath.
point. Here we go.
That when you just look at on the large size, because we offer separate levels of each component, when you look at the levels of vitamin D and B12 and calcium, vitamin C, magnesium, and gamma tocopherol, which no one else offers in a multivitamin, you're saving just on a half a dozen ingredients.
If you were just ordering 360 capsules of these, just these, I mean, there's more than 2 dozen different ingredients, but just the vitamin D3, the vitamin B12, the calcium, the vitamin C, the magnesium, the gamma tocopherol, just those, if you were buying them separately, separate bottles of those, you'd be spending $233.48. Understand, that doesn't include everything else. I mean, the list goes on and on here. Biotin, boron, calcium, chromium. I mean, you know, we go on and on here. Folate complex, lutein, lycopene, magnesium, manganese. I mean, it just reads like who's who of vitamins in this one formula. And that's why when you hear those reviews, there are 2,700 like that. Perfect 5-star reviews. And the reason is because, like Andrew said, if you're taking a multivitamin, it's not Andrew's, you probably take it because you know you're supposed to, you know it's good for you, and you know that it's something that can help your health, and your doctor perhaps recommended it. The problem is you're not noticing a difference. You just hope that it's helping and working. This you will notice. You will feel different. You will notice a difference, and that's the Andrew Lessman difference. Is that the reason we take these vitamins is because we love them, and that's why people use love when they're describing how happy they are in all the reviews you get.
And when I think right now we have, with all products, I think we have close to 80,000 reviews.